Alright. Well, I did not mean to get out of that position here, but looks like we're up $137 on the day. I was really looking for that run higher here above this high. I was trying to set a stop loss below this low right here, but it looked as if it actually took us out by accident. I was trying to set like a sell stop so that it's all good though. So right here, we're gonna be looking at this gap right here. Keep in mind we're up $137 here. So since we already have gotten partial profits, I'm gonna switch up the sizing here. So 3 micros. So again, we're keeping this gap open right here. I've already taken one small scalp. Got out by accident. Nonetheless, it was a good trade, but I'm looking for this move right here, the buy side of the curve of the 930 opening range. So I'm gonna get in once we hit that. I don't want the instant order placing to be able to set a stop loss. Alright, so I'm gonna go long in here. My stop just below that Fibonacci gap. Oh, got stopped out there. I'm gonna take off the executions just for now. Alright, so our account balance got stopped out 49,944. Yeah, I did not mean to get out of that position there, but nonetheless we did get stopped out below this low right here. Alright, so we're gonna let that 930 opening range play out here. We have 14 minutes until that 950 macro. No red folders today for the US dollar, but that doesn't really mean too much. Still a very volatile market here. So right here we have I'm gonna leave on 3 micros, which is $6 a point. Right here I want to see that 930 opening range. Drive us lower here. So now just swept that low. Now swept that low. Ultimately, can come for this low right here. So if we can take out that low, or even just stay at that low, but respect this candle right here with that order block, fair value gap with the order block. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that out. It's the 1 hour fair value gap. We want to respect this low right here. Respecting that low. But we don't have to respect that one. Alright, looks like our model has formed. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go long inside of here. My stop below the inverse. Marking that out here. Got that fair value gap with the inverse. So I'm looking for an easy target here. It's about 65 to 70 points. Our stop loss at about 32 points. Yeah, so preferably I want to see that gap right here also stay open. It did not do that here. So at least I want to see it, yeah, keep that wick here and drive higher above this high right here. This one right there. Ultimately come for this high right here, these 3 equal highs. It's a nice run up higher. And once we if we hit take profit here, I'm gonna switch over to a paper account. Just because there's no point of pushing. Alright, model has failed. We got stopped out here. Account balance 49,740. There's no big deal, guys. Very small losses, very small paper cuts. I'm gonna wait 9 minutes for that macro here. I'm gonna step outside, get some sunlight, and just let it kind of play out here. Again, there's no reason to rush, to push, or anything like that. The volatility's there, and the volatility is fucking insane. So all you need is one good setup, and you're good for the day. Alright, we're waiting for that 950 macro here. I'm gonna step away real quick. South side is being taken right now, guys. stepped out there to get some sunlight real quick, but yeah, nonetheless, we've disrespected that 1 hour fair value gap here. Get rid of this. Get rid of all that mess. Yeah, took out sell side here. Looking for a setup here that will give me some nice footing here in the market. Just came just well that sell side here. Right there, the model played out. See, ran lower, took out lows, created that fair value gap, turning into an inverse and ran higher. As we have here, we're navigating below sell side here within this little order block. Just want to see now, is there some type of, yes there is. So we have taken a low into a 5-minute fair value gap. We are now creating this fair value gap right here, heading into that 950 macro. So we got that 930 opening range, run lower. That would be right. So right there's our 930 opening price. 930. Alright, so coming into that 950 macro here in 1 minute and 43 seconds. I want to see it come back down into this fair value gap. You could just leave it open, but I'd feel most comfortable taking an entry if it comes down into it. Right here you got that inversion fair value gap as well. So I'm thinking that 1 minute could stay open, potentially with this 3-minute open and that inverse. That'll take 2 more minutes though, so that'll be in that macro timing. Mark that out here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. So we got that vertical delineating line at 950 here, as well as 1010. This is our macro of time, where we look for price to seek imbalance and liquidity. Also got this inverse fair value gap right here. So we can go ahead and delete these lines here. I'm gonna draw that box. So we're now in that macro, as you can see is 950. It's looking like that 3-minute fair value gap's not gonna stay open, but Hopefully will. Got 30 seconds here. Nope. Not staying open there. Just tapped into that. I'd want to see it come down to the midpoint here. But it very well could just take off without me. Right into that inverse. So I want to see one push lower down into here. That's where I'd feel most comfortable at anyway. Got that inverse right here. I'm not just gonna rush in here. I'd want to see it come down a little bit further, preferably down to this right here. As you can see, it just tapped the high of it and took off here without us. But no big deal. I'm not looking just to rush in on anything. As you can see here, it did respect that 3-minute inverse, but I wanted to see it come down into here at least so I could long while it's running lower, and then it'll take my entry and just run higher with it. But yeah, we already rallied 77 points just off that. It's pretty crazy, honestly. So much volatility, it's insane. Gravitating toward that 930 open here. So what I really want to see here then is an entry within this fair value gap. It's about the midpoint. This would give us about a 30-point stop loss with 100-point take profit. So that's a 1 to 3, 1 to 3.5, or 1 to 3.33, whatever you want to call it. Now we patiently wait for our entry to unfold. I want to see that stay open here for another 5 seconds and then kind of dip lower into this midpoint. Very well could just rip that high, but I'd want to see it come down into here to get my part of the piece right here. So right here ultimately was my model. I ran below sell side with that inverse. We just weren't very in tune at the moment, which is nothing wrong with that. That happens. But where I'd want to get in now is kind of just that run lower into this midpoint. So it did just run into this right here. Could drive us lower into that midpoint here. We could also keep that 3-minute open for another minute. That'd be even better. And the 5 minute as well. Got that 3-minute for right gap. So we've got a lot going on here, guys. I want to see it kind of play around up in here. Alright, looks like it's going to go for the highs. Still want to see it come down into here. I'm not going to take a buy up here when the highs right here. I'd want to get in at least at 50% of the range so that I can get my piece of the pie. So we've already swept yesterday's high, but that doesn't mean that we can't still continue higher here and take out up into this volume imbalance right here tomorrow morning. Then again, we could very well just take out that previous day's low. Keep an eye on what's going on here. Looking for that silver bullet setup here, guys. It's looking like, honestly, here, let me get rid of this right here. Just 3-minute fair value gap, looking nice right here. As well as this 5-minute fair value gap that is right in sync with that 3-minute fair value gap. So we're gonna give another 2 minutes here inside that macro, and look for that silver bullet setup in this range right here. Looking for it to gravitate lower, and we're gonna get in and take out this high up here. So that high is still intact, equal high is still all intact. Just waiting for that silver bullet to set up here. So we have disrespected this. Get rid of that. And we're looking for that drive lower here. Got 39 seconds, 37 seconds for that 5-minute for right gap. Stay intact here. Looks like it's all going according to plan, and just waiting patiently here. Alright, so dipping down lower now. Let's take out that low, running us into that fair value gap here. It's now 10 o'clock. We're still within that macro, so we're going to seek imbalance. The moment we dip into that high, we're going on here. Staying patient here. Alright, going on here. We'll lower our stop just a bit more. We'll mitigate risk then when the opportunity is given. But we'll raise our take profit here as well, just a tad. As you can see here, we just hit that high and I went long here. Very precise entry. It could just very well not even come back and just gravitate toward our take profit here. That's what I'm telling you guys, like the ones that really go in your favor, they really just kind of, this would be an institutional order flow entry drill if it did just kind of gravitate higher. That first fair value gap right here, that first fair value gap of that 930 opening range is key. Keep in mind though, it could come back one more time, but it's looking like it's going to just kind of gravitate toward our take profit. So if we form a fair value gap above these highs, I'm going to use this right here, this portion of price, to raise my stop loss up. I could raise it just a tad right here. And as you can see, micros right now, with the volatility that's given, micros pay. You don't gotta trade full contracts. You don't gotta be out here trying to fucking do Olympic feats. Micros pay, and it works very well. You know? You don't really gotta do too much. You just gotta stay patient, follow your rules, follow a routine and habits, and show up every single day. So I want to see that 1 minute fair value gap right here stay open. So we leaving that wick here for another 37 seconds would be preferred, but there's no guarantees here. There you have it. I'm gonna leave that little gap right here open. Got that inverse with the fair value gap. 16 seconds here. If it stays open, I'm gonna. Oh, it did not stay open. If it did, just barely. Just barely. Like the smallest fair value gap I've ever seen. But it did stay open. Where's my stop here in the profit? There you have it. Small winner locked in. So this is somewhere where typically I'd look to like scale in the second entry, but given the volatility, 3 micros is plenty. I'm just looking to make enough money to pay the bills for my family. I'm not looking up to run up some Olympic feat, numbers wise. So I just want to see that wick here and run higher up into our take profit. So again, I just want to see that nice push up in order to take profit there. There's no guarantees, but so trusting this inverse, that low of the candle as well as this fair value gap. That's typically what we call a balanced price range, a BPR. We also have it right here, as you see. So we can kind of mark that out, use that to our advantage here. So we have a lot going on. Like I said, I want to see that rush higher and sort of take profit. And like, just look at the insane volatility. That right there is 110 points, and it's not even like too much going on. I mean, right here you got the breaker as well. So we got that 1, 2, 3. So that turtle soup with the inverse running up into the breaker here, using that breaker as a means of support to run higher. Got that fair value gap in the breaker. Just want to see that turn around, buy side of the curve here, essentially. And here we have it. Slowly approaching our take profit. Preferably see that stay open here. If it does, we can use it to protect ourselves even more. I'm gonna go ahead and put my stop loss up higher now. Just kind of lock that in. So we got 46 points locked in with our take profit, points away. There you have a winning trade there. Puts us at $371 for the day. And honestly, to me, that was my goal. I'm only looking to make about 350 to 450 a day. Here's executions here. As you can see, we took one small win. Accidentally got out, but low-key it worked in our favor because that 930 opening range ran us lower. So then we proceeded to go on and took one loss here, took another small loss here, being blind to the fact that we didn't even let sell side get taken. So that was just a small error. Trying to get back in after getting stopped out by accident, but nonetheless, sloppy start. But we waited patiently for our entry opportunity here, and with precision, we delivered there. 100 points, 110 points to be exact. Ultimately, I don't even really see much more to do here other than trade paper because I mean the thing I like about Apex is like, yeah, they kind of limit you, but if you just get a $350 a day approach for 10 days, you're less likely to get denied with your payout. If you make more than 30% in one day, they deny your payout and all these stupid ass rules that they have. Alright guys, well, might call it a short day here again. I really don't see much more to do here. I've already hit my target, and that's really just the honest approach to trading. Is just kind of getting yours in, getting out. That's why you got to show up to the stream, because you never know how long I'm gonna be streaming for. I could wait an hour, I could wait 5 minutes, I could wait 10 minutes for my setup. I could take more trades. Like, once I'm trading a personal account, I'd feel comfortable, like, you know, taking more entries and trading a little bit more actively. But as far as like Apex, I'm somewhat limited to what I'm capable of doing. I don't think it's updated yet, but this probably won't update until 4:59 p.m. But alright guys, well, again, I just don't see any point of staying live here. I'm gonna call it a day. Right, so another short stream, nice and to the point. Micros pay, and here's the journey to a payout, guys. You're gonna witness me get a payout here in 2 weeks, right? Catch y'all tomorrow at the same time. Then let's actually look at the economic calendar just to make sure. Okay, so only an orange folder tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna be back tomorrow at 9:45 again.